I recently posted some YouTube videos and some blog articles about how your boy Ray J from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood had some audio recordings leaked. You know, the ones where he talked about how Kim Kardashian's vagina smelled just downright unbearable when they dated. Well, if you don't know what I'm talking about, visit my blog at the link in the description box. There's 2 links at the top of this particular article that will take you to those original stories, so then that way you can bring yourself up to date. Those were posted back in, I guess it was February of 2016. Anyways, here's some new information. Now, if you want to hear the actual radio show of the guy that I'm talking about in this particular video, his name is Maxwell Billieon. I posted the video on my blog. If you need a link, it's right there in the description box for you. Let me read to you these cliff notes that I took. Now, the show was only about, well, this particular segment was only about, a little over 10 minutes long, but I basically took a bunch of notes, and here's what I posted about it on my blog. So Ray J claimed the audio recordings were from 2008 when he was prepping for the release of a book about his life, and the information in the recordings were supposedly scripted. So the information in the audio recordings was not supposed to be taken seriously if it was, just made up for the book, right? So the man that's on the tape with him, the mystery interviewer, is author and radio show Maxwell Billieon. And he has a completely different story to tell about things than the one that Ray J told about the information just being made up for a book. Now, in the video that I posted on my blog, Maxwell says lie number 1 Ray J told is when Ray went and talked with TMZ, The Breakfast Club, and The Steve Harvey Show. Ray J claimed the audio was from 8 years ago, back in 2008. The truth is, the audio recordings took place in 2012, right before Whitney Houston's death, and as we know, Ray J dated Whitney Houston. Lie number 2 Ray J reportedly told is that the audio was scripted for a book that Ray planned to release with Maxwell, and it was never published. The truth is, the book was in fact published. It's titled Death of the Cheating Man: What Every Woman Must Know About Men Who Stray, and it's available on Amazon.com. Simon & Schuster published the book, which went on to become a bestseller. Now, despite co-authoring the book with Ray J, Maxwell takes credit for the success of the book. He says Ray J, Ray J's mother, and Ray's publicist went behind his back to try and stop him from publishing the book because they feared Maxwell would expose the truth about Ray's relationship with the late Whitney Houston. Now, if Ray J denies these facts, Maxwell says he will expose the emails he has, which will prove his claims are truthful and accurate. Maxwell says he was Ray J's mentor, and Ray's father wasn't the type of man who could keep him from the antics and the buffoonery and the constant tap dancing and pandering that Ray J takes part in to try to stay relevant and break out of the shadows of his more famous and more talented sister, Brandy Norwood. Therefore, Maxwell took over that role in his life to help guide him. So, the question remains, what is the audio recording actually about? Now, according to Max, it's about getting Ray to tell the truth about himself, own up to his mistakes, and allow Maxwell to mentor him to bring positive changes to his life and career. Maxwell claims to have Ray on recordings where he admits to regretting doing and or saying unspecified things. Maxwell suggested they tape record Ray so he could go back and hear himself being an asshole to better understand the severity of his ridiculous actions and antics. I just had a realization. Wasn't Maxwell a type of cassette tape back in the day? And, people would record music or different things on Maxwell tapes. And here this guy, Maxwell, was recording Ray J. I just thought that was kind of ironic. But anyways, he goes on to say that Ray has been taking advantage of women in order to stay famous. So you may be wondering, if all of this happened years ago, why is Max speaking out about it now? Well, the gloves came off once Ray said Maxwell's name and told lies to the media, which he can easily prove to be false. Pretty much Ray J messed up once he started saying that Maxwell was the one who leaked the audio recordings. So how much does Maxwell really know about Ray J? Max says he knows about the selling and the deals that went down with the Kim Kardashian and Ray J sex tape. He says that he also knows the truth about Ray J's relationship with Whitney Houston, including but not limited to, listen up, he knows about the drugs, the alcohol, the sex, the lies, the cheating, the pimping of Whitney for the media, and the selling of photos and who they were sold to. Now, how did this audio recording get released in the first place? Max says he knows Ray J is the one that leaked the audio, which in Maxwell's opinion was a slap to Whitney Houston, Kim Kardashian, and Maxwell's face as well. Oh, and it's illegal too. In fact, it's defamation of character to slander his name, falsely claiming Max leaked it in the first place. He also says he's open to sitting in a room with Ray J, and he's willing to take a lie detector test with a qualified lie detector administrator. But here are the rules. Either Ray or the administrator of the test can ask him whether or not Maxwell was the one who sold or leaked the audio recordings. And he's willing to give Ray the opportunity to pick the place the test is conducted. So what types of questions will be asked if a test ever takes place? Max wants for Ray to ask him whether or not he sold or leaked the audio recordings, and Max wants to ask Ray whether or not he sold or leaked the sex tape he did with Kim Kardashian, and whether or not he gave Whitney Houston drugs. And they can do this on TMZ, E!, The Breakfast Club, iHeart, Steve Harvey, or Maxwell's very own show. The ball is in Ray's court. Max just wants the truth to be known. He goes on to say that he believes the reason Ray did this is because anything goes with Ray J. According to Max, there is no good or bad in Ray J's world, and the fiasco was really all about the sex tape with Kim Kardashian. You see, Max says the adult film opened a door for Ray J after he sold that tape. And as Ray personally told Max, Ray was the architect of things. And after the release of the sex tape, Ray became a part of, quote, the life. Ray's words, not Max's. Now, Max says that Ray became a part of the, quote, cool kids club and had the opportunity to hang out with famous celebrity superstars such as Floyd Mayweather. And Ray didn't want to go back to being Brandy's little brother. Therefore, he is acting in a desperate manner to stay relevant. He goes on to say Ray J claims to have grown since all of this happened, and Maxwell applauds him for his growth, if that is in fact true. However, Maxwell refuses to take Ray J's false accusations laying down. Whoa. But it doesn't end there. The tea gets hotter and sweeter. So Maxwell says Whitney Houston was in love with Ray J, and Ray utilized that fact to gain a higher position in his career. And despite Max knowing Ray's foul intentions, it was his job to change Ray for the better. At this point, Max feels Ray wants to be him. He cites Ray's dressing style and hairdo as examples and says his styling is vintage Maxwell Billieon. And as much as Ray would like to look like his old mentor, in order for Ray to be him, he has to change internally. He must stop lying, stop being deceitful. He goes on to warn Ray to not fool himself into thinking Max is too classy to speak up for himself. He's given Ray a week to tell the truth. He goes on to ask his audience whether or not he should sue Ray J for defamation of character. However, he says taking a lie detector test is what he really wants out of all of this. And he doesn't want Ray to use the current media frenzy and controversy to get a new television show for himself and his fiancée, Princess Love. In other words, he's trying not to get used by Ray J like he says Ray J uses other people. So here's the deal. The actual audio recording is posted on my blog. You can check it out for yourself if you don't believe anything I said in this video, but that's the gist of it. Let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine. Should he sue Ray J? Is Ray J wrong? Is Ray J right? Whose side do you believe, Ray J's or Maxwell's? Let me know below. Meat Magazine on YouTube, meatmagazine.blogspot.com. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine.